Oh, did you hear that? You did. Oh,
Good morning. Welcome to Coffee Beanery Sip and Share. I'm Laurie.
I'm Patti.
I'm Britton.
And this is Duke. He's being a little naughty this morning.
Yeah, naughty today.
So I don't know how this little is that what are they called? Pączki?
Punchkies.
Yes.
Yeah.
Pączki testing. Is that just a Midwest thing?
Yeah, we want to
Or
know.
just a Michigan thing?
Yeah.
No, I
So,
don't
like,
think
obviously,
so.
yesterday was Fat Tuesday, right? For
I don't
our
remember
Catholic
ever
friends.
having a Minnesota.
Yeah.
Having punch until I moved here.
And they're a big deal here, right? There are these big fat donuts, which we'll show you guys. I don't think you can see it on the screen, but they're these, and these are like Pączki Supreme.
These are amazing.
They look amazing.
I actually last night, my husband and I were sitting there. I'm like, 22 miles away is M Street Bakery, and they have like the most amazing pączkis. And I do know that because I bought one last week. So the dogs and us took a field trip.
Yes.
And went and got some.
They look awesome.
So
You know, that bakery is actually catering my son's wedding too, like
Oh,
the
yeah.
desserts and stuff.
they're super nice.
Yeah, they do a great job.
I've gotten a
Great
couple other
bakery.
things. I don't like their edible cookie dough very much, I'll just say, but I'm not
don't
fond
like
of anybody's.
edible cookie dough.
They
I'm
had a
so
Dubai
picky.
chocolate one that I ate the absolute mess out of.
Yeah, Sedona got one of those,
Yeah.
and I think she liked it, but
I like Dubai chocolate everything though. Like,
and I do not.
yeah.
I'm just not a fan.
And it's got to be so bad.
That's
for
why
you.
we had to bring this
But-
array in because we
Yes.
all were like totally different. We wanted to try totally different ones.
Yeah. And there are 8. So
I feel like I'm so I had my shake this morning. I'm really full. I don't even know if I want to try any of them.
Oh, and I'm not a huge chocolate fan, but I did have this bumpy cake one and this canola one. The bumpy cake one, I got an extra of last night and split it and only ate half of one.
And bumpy cake is a
Pretty
Michigan
amazing.
thing too.
Yeah, I never heard of it before I came
Mhm.
here.
I think it's a Michigan thing, but there's a bakery called Sanders or a chocolate company called Sanders or Saunders. I don't know how we're supposed to say it, but they do ribbons of buttercream frosting and then chocolate over the top of it. So, really.
So I wasn't here
decadent.
yesterday, so we couldn't do it yesterday. I was going to actually go order them for everybody, and then realized
Yeah.
I wasn't going to be here. So.
Yeah. So
And now
we
I
have
had
it
a
today.
tire. I finally got my car back. I got T-boned right before Halloween, and I just now got my car back
Do you want to turn
Monday.
the chat,
So
Britton?
crazy.
Isn't it crazy?
The chat.
I have it.
Oh, not up here, though,
t-
right?
Oh,
Yeah.
up there.
Yeah.
Sorry.
So good morning,
morning.
everybody.
Yes.
Morning, Mom.
Good morning,
Daddy.
Patty.
Morning, Deborah.
Jennifer.
Lovely to see everyone
Oh,
today.
it's so nice.
Yes.
And I
you-
know you guys are gonna be so jealous because these are so good. Did anyone have Pączkis, or is it even a thing by you? That's what I
Yeah.
want to know.
Yeah, and happy Ash Wednesday to those who celebrate. Happy
Okay.
Lent, first day of Lent.
Oh, well, these wouldn't be on people's list probably, but
Well, so that's the point of like Fat Tuesday, right? You're supposed to eat all the bad stuff yesterday, and then today you
Exactly.
start the 40 days of Lent, and Easter is April 5th, I think, this year.
No idea.
Yeah, we're not Catholic, but you know.
well, that's I'm watching. I
We know.
mean, the most ridiculous show ever. Have you guys ever seen Dubai Bling?
no.
Yes.
Oh
It's so
my
funny.
goodness, it is so ridiculous. Like Real Housewives, like on steroids.
Oh, yeah.
And we have the subtitles on, and what the people are saying and what the subtitles aren't like even close to the same.
That's
And
funny.
I think they speak in Arabic a lot, but these people are unhinged.
Like how so? Like
It's wild.
There is so much drama,
Yeah.
and just there's a lot of drama.
Yeah.
nice.
That's all. So if you like drama, my husband just sat there and shook his head. He's like, "Wow,
have
you
a
just
little
seem so
Poland
normal."
where you can get Pączkis all year round.
Oh, really? I'm wondering if they're
Oh.
going to do these all year round because there were 30 different kinds that
I
they
don't know.
had.
They have
they're
so
just
much on
kind
their
of like
menu,
filled donuts.
But there were only how many do we have here? 8, 9, only 9 kinds left.
Okay.
Mhm.
So, because I got one of each. I'm like,
Patty
just give
said
me
she's
one of
never
each.
heard of them, but she's sheltered.
Uh,
Honestly, I didn't hear about them until I started working here, and Janelle would get them.
Yeah,
But
every
growing up, we didn't get them.
every Fat Tuesday.
because we
she'd bring
didn't
in
do
a
it growing
bunch.
up. Like if I'd done
Yeah.
it growing up, I probably would have got them, but I
Yeah.
never heard of
Oh,
them.
yum. Blueberry
Blueberry cobbler. Oh, I've got
Nice.
chocolate peanut butter cup in mine little
Yum.
thing.
Yum.
with
I'm
my
not onto water
ceramic
this
thing.
morning.
I'm underwater too. I had butter, Kentucky butter cake because we
Yeah.
have the little 2.5 ounce bags on sale right now, and breakfast blend for my 2 cups this morning.
Yeah.
And I'm actually not running like crazy. You're welcome.
He's gotten bigger. His collar's a little bit tight.
Yeah, his collar is a little tight. I keep
It's a
seeing,
little
but then
tight.
it's
Just a little. It's you can still get 3 fingers in it,
Yeah.
so it's not bad.
no. I thought it was fine. I don't want him to slip because Daisy slipped out of hers. the other
Really?
day.
Okay.
Mo says there's
I
a
can't see
grocery store chain in New England called Big Y that sells packs. Am I saying that right? Pączkis only
Okay,
for the
say it.
season. Nice.
That's what we have grocery stores, and it'll be like 2 or 3 days that they sell them.
Maybe like a week or two headed up to it. Like our local grocery store, Beaky's, had a Pączki eating contest. Why do I always say that wrong?
I don't know how to
Pączkis.
say it. I say it like 5 different
Well,
ways.
it's not spelled the way you
And
say
I
it.
think that however I said it last night when I ordered them was totally wrong because they just looked at me like was very blankly.
My favorite is when we have influencers that have the Mackinac Island fudge, and I just go and I watch
every time
them butcher the name, and they're like Mackinac, or some people just say island. It's the island
It's the
fudge. I'm
island
like, there you
fudge.
go. There you go.
That's smart.
Because it's spelled like Mackinac, right, with a W at the end of it.
Well, the
is how you
problem
say
thing
it.
is though it's Mackinac
Did you just
Island
notice
and
those?
Mackinac cities.
Did
Like
you
they're
just
spelled
notice?
differently. The Mackinac Island and the Mackinac City are spelled differently.
I don't.
That's
think,
why people
are they really?
change them. Yep.
I've seen it both ways, but
Yeah.
I always thought both of them were with a C because it was the fort that was like Mackinac.
Yeah, Michilimackinac.
Michilimackinac, yeah,
Or
because you have a lot of like
When I
Native
looked it
American names.
up,
I'm sure everybody does.
But when I looked it up, they were different. That's why I'm like,
Yeah.
oh, that's why I keep seeing it the different ways.
Yeah, but Mackinac with a C at the end, but it sounds like there should be a W at the end. That's
Yeah.
how you say Mackinac.
Okay, so what do you want to try?
Oh my gosh. Okay, so the kinds we think we have is like what I do
have
buy
to hold them up
chocolate.
because you can't see them
Oh,
on the
yeah.
camera.
Okay.
So hold up
So
the
we have
Oh,
raspberry,
nice, Deborah. Cool.
lemon cookie, it looks like, carrot cake. This one I know is cherry because I want to try that. But this cherry is like bedazzled. I
Yeah.
didn't know
They're
what
all
they put on it.
glittery.
Dubai. Yeah, they all have some glitter on them. Dubai.
I'm not
Bumpy
physically
cake.
holding
This
them.
is strawberries and
Like a cannoli? Like
Cannoli.
Italian cream or something?
cannoli.
And this one was
It's
the
got a
chocolate
straight up
raspberry?
cannoli on it because this is the place where you can get milkshakes and they put like Sedona got a fruity pebbles one or something and they put like whole Rice Krispie
Yeah, if you
bars and
haven't
all
seen
sorts of stuff.
M Street Bakery, it's local, but it's
Their
they have
Instagram is
crazy
off of the
stuff.
hinge,
We
and they
went-
are better than their pictures even, which is
Yeah.
crazy to me.
We went there when we were wedding dress shopping for my daughter-in-law, and they have pasta in a cup, like in a cone, and they put like a piece of bread in a cone, and then they fill it with like pasta. And I got like fettuccine alfredo, and it was so good. Like
really.
just eating it out of a cone, and then you eat the cone. So
Who
good.
likes carrot cake?
Good morning, Bill. I love
I
carrot
like
cake.
carrot cake.
Deborah says that her best friend's husband works at Beaky's. That's cool. I forgot that you had a Flushing connection, Deborah. That's super cool. You got to come see us one of these times, friend.
Oh my gosh, that's a huge piece.
Well, I mean, I just can't really make it any littler, but I feel like you didn't get a lot of the carrot cake.
That's okay. I got a bite's worth. I got a bite's worth.
Because there is
And
actually carrot cake.
it's
in
a
there.
little concerning that everything's like straight glitter.
Yeah.
I'm
like,
not concerned at all because I'm going to eat this
What's
cherry
your
with
body's
glitter.
ability to absorb glitter?
Okay, that's pretty good.
Okay.
I had.
I know, but I need a fork.
Oh,
Oh, you know what? I should have brought because I did eat them at home with a fork.
I'll
Yeah,
get a fork
well,
for us.
they're
Because
huge.
these are like filled for real. You know, like you get some and they're like
we have
barely any filling. These are like filled to the max. Does anybody want to try a cherry?
like the tiniest bite.
I'm
Like,
trying to get tinier bites.
Duke's like, let me on your plate. Look at him. He's starting to stress out. He realizes there's food.
Hold on, baby. I'll give you some
Morning,
food.
House.
Hello.
Melissa.
We found some.
Oh,
Yeah, but thank you. Appreciate it.
See what Duke
Thank you,
thinks.
Logan.
Thank you,
Let's
Logan.
see. Do you want one while we're here? Do you want a carrot cake one?
He's like,
Yes.
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 Okay. How is the carrot cake one?
Good.
Good. It tastes
I
better
like their frosting.
than a normal
Mhm.
donut, I'm going to say. Like, because it's kind of
Yeah.
like a yeast donut, right? But like with something in it. Like there's a filling.
It's to
Okay.
me, it's kind of like a What's those ones that the light goes on with? Like a Krispy Kreme donut, sort of?
Oh yeah, the cherry one's good.
No,
The
I
cherry
think the
one's
Krispy
really
Kremes
good.
are lighter than this. This is more like a heavier yeast donut.
But I think it's the it's because they're a day old.
Mm.
When they're new, they're just soft like those Krispy Kremes.
I would say that these are softer than most people's Pączkis.
And they're not like horribly dry.
Bill, do you have Pączkis?
And
where
these
you
are a day old because I'm gonna say I ate a half of one time the day I got it, and then I ate the other half the next day.
Those are
Okay.
definitely Americanized.
And there was a
oh
difference.
yeah,
Yeah,
these are 100% Americanized.
that looks like there's a full slice of cake inside of the carrot cake one.
Mom,
Like the way it looks.
you can't eat those.
Mhm.
It's just the donut part.
You already got a sausage hash brown. I guess it's you. You'll
My
be
dogs
clean
are
up.
puppies.
My
Barely.
dogs are puppies.
No, they're puppies.
Oh, puffy.
They're okay.
So they're allowed.
Well, my other dogs, I took him to the doctor and he was doing the weight on them. And he's like, so what do you feed him? I said, puppy chow or whatever. And he's like, they're 3 years old. I'm like, yeah. Aren't they still puppies? He's like, no, they are not.
He's like, they're getting close to senior food at this
Yeah.
point.
I had no idea.
They sound amazing, Bill says. We have very basic ones around here. And we usually do only have basic ones.
We
This
do
is a very
too.
special bakery
I've
that
never seen
Laurie drove a
these.
very far away to get to, because from my house it's like an hour to get to this bakery.
Yeah,
But
it's
we
only
go.
20 minutes from my house. And the great thing is I've got this all down now because there's a shop across the street that's closed. So I can park there very
Ooh,
easily.
They have cute shops.
And
down
then I
there.
bring my dogs in with me.
Mhm.
And they like the dogs.
Apricot or prune filling and the traditional ones.
Oh,
I
yeah.
have not had those. I've had like
Yeah.
the chocolate ones
Did you
from the
get a
grocery
cherry?
store.
I did.
Okay.
Yeah, I just ate the filling and like a little bit
Okay.
of the side because I figured
Is there
we had
another one
more.
you guys want to try or
I mean, I think
me.
lemon sounds interesting, but
lemon? I like lemon.
Get me all of that.
I know it's awful.
look at Duke.
I
He's
think-
he's trying to get in here.
Okay.
He's like, please give me more food. Please, sir, give me more.
Does anybody want the cookie on top?
No.
No, good. Okay, so this one is like lemon with like vanilla Oreo on
I really
top.
just want the
Smells
lemon.
good.
And it's got like yellow frosting on it, and it looks like lemon, like pudding or like
Mm.
curd in the middle.
I don't think you can go wrong with any of these.
That's really good.
It's really good.
Anybody getting Girl Scout cookies right now?
Yep. I'm getting mine this weekend.
I got my
But-
delivery yesterday.
I am only buying them because it's like a friend's child.
Mhm.
I
And
just don't like them.
last time we bought them, they sat in the cupboard and went bad. So,
Yeah, I usually it's someone I'm like, here's $20 because I was a Girl Scout leader, and I know how little the troop actually gets
Yeah.
per cookie. Like it
Mhm.
was like we needed money to do events or whatever, and I told the parents, "Do you want to sell cookies, or would everybody rather just like contribute $20?"
Yeah.
we
Yeah.
we just did $20.
You
Yeah.
guys are killing me. I would not be sharing a single one.
Oh my gosh, there's so many of them.
They're so fattening
huge.
too.
And there's
Mhm.
more in the conference.
Yeah,
room.
we have more.
I know if someone's close,
Did-
lives close, come, we'll share.
Did you see the story of the little girl named Pim who's
Mhm.
selling like 100,000 boxes of
100,000.
cookies?
I just didn't see how she sold them or why she sold them.
They posted something about I can't remember what somebody said, like, oh, they didn't let her like join the troop or something when she wanted to. I don't really I don't want to say it wrong,
Mhm.
but her story got out, and you can buy them online now.
Mhm.
And if you buy 4, because I clicked on her link, right? If you buy 4, then they'll ship them to you. So I mean, she's got it open for national shipping. And
That's great.
yeah, for
Little
sure.
You
entrepreneur.
deliver.
I know. I
Mhm.
wish.
Mhm. So
I
good.
wish because this place, I just discovered this place. I mean, I guess I knew the milkshake thing because I think they're at the mall. We got them at the mall
Oh
one
yeah,
time.
they've got a mall location.
But
forgot
I
about
just, it kills me because I'm like, how do you make money on those milkshakes? Because watching them make it, it takes them at least 4 minutes to make
that.
one.
Mhm.
And it's so much product.
Yeah,
It's
because
so
it's
much
like,
product.
you know, they'll have like a unicorn one, and they'll have like a unicorn sucker on it, and an upside down, you know,
It
ice
has
cream
whatever
cone,
relevance, but it
and-
has
yeah.
so much stuff on it. I wish I'd taken a picture. Like Sedona, like literally threw half of the stuff away.
Yeah, it'll have
Just
a
to be able to
sucker
eat
in it. And Just all kinds of crazy stuff.
Well, Rice Krispies, suckers,
Yeah.
candies, those icicle things. I don't know what those are called. They look like icicles.
Yeah.
Like
Rock
marshmallow
candy.
suckers.
Mhm.
Rock candies.
Yeah.
Just crazy.
It's crazy. I've never been there, but I've seen it on Instagram. It looks
Mhm.
amazing.
It's really good. When I was there for the wedding dress fitting, I got my cone and then I went back. Oh no, I bought more. I bought that and then I bought a little thing of mini cupcakes, like 12 mini cupcakes, and an edible cookie dough. And I think my bill was like $50 or $60. And I was like,
I believe it.
okay, thank you. Have a nice day.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
didn't think it was that bad. I
Yeah.
mean, these I think were $5.50 each, which
Okay.
is not cheap,
Right.
but they're huge.
They're huge.
And I would rather pay $3.50 for something that's like okay.
Yeah, subpar. Because a lot of the ones that you get from the grocery store are subpar, I'm going to say.
And then we got millionaire bars, but I haven't tried that
Ooh,
either.
what's
They
that?
said that's one of their favorites, like shortcake and
Caramel?
chocolate and I don't know, some layered. It looks to me like a 7-layer bar or
Yeah.
something.
I think I've made one before that has a layer of caramel in it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I wasn't
Yum.
sure what had in it. They said it was their best seller, so
That
He's
sounds good.
trying
I've never
to get
had
to
that.
those. He's starting to get upset.
yeah, sushi food right there. I know
He
it's a
wants
lot.
all the food.
It's a lot. So, but Kevin was out of town, so Sedona and I were bored one night. We're like,
Let's go
let's
get
go to the
donuts.
bakery.
I love that.
So Sedona got her driver's license.
Yay.
Monday she passed. I did her parking with her. I'm not the one to do parking with because I had to take the test and see if I could even pass. Marginally I could pass.
So do you have to like back into a spot?
You have to like go forward and then you have to get
Wait,
far
you
enough
had to take
forward.
the driver's test with her?
Well, we went to the course and
Oh,
practiced
okay.
it, but I couldn't really tell her how to do stuff without doing it. I'm like, I don't know
Okay.
how I do it. Wait a minute. So then I went forward and then you have to go back into a place,
Yeah.
which I don't know why you have to do that because I'd never in my life back into a place.
There's
Like,
people who are backer
I do
inners and
it-
there's people who are not.
I do it, at almost every parking lot with Jason's truck.
I was at a concert in my Bronco and I asked a gentleman to do it for me.
Well, remember,
Hello, stranger.
Yeah.
Could you get in my
On
car?
our
And they
golf-
broke my car.
We went on our golf vacation and we had to back into the spot. And she looks at me. I'm like, I'll do it. Get out.
I'm like, no way. I mean, I tried to parallel park onto the street one time
She's
and
not even
this
talking
guy was
parallel parking.
laughing. This guy was laughing at us, and I'm like, would you like to try? Because obviously I can't. Do
She's
this.
talking about literally backing into a parking space.
Yeah,
So they have to
full of
back
cameras.
into a parking space, and then they have to come out, and then they have to parallel park. But you lose points if you go forward at the end.
and you're not allowed to use your cameras.
Yes, you are.
Oh,
She
when my
got
son
to
did
use
it,
all
he
her
wasn't
stuff.
allowed to.
Oh, she got
We
to
can't
use all her
turn them
cameras.
off.
Oh, okay,
Yeah.
interesting.
So that's how she practiced this with the cameras.
Yeah,
doing
because
that.
I can't do it without him, and I can't parallel park. I'm not doing that. Not ever.
I did parallel park, but I had to go forward. But she did perfect. And what they do is you have to do the parking portion because most people don't pass. If you knock over a cone, touch a cone, anything, you don't pass
Mm.
before they even go out on the road.
That's
So,
kind of smart.
so Sedona yesterday for her first day with a driver's license, she just homeschooled. So she went and picked up one friend. They went to Target. They went whatever. That girl had to go home. Then she went and picked up her other friend. They went antique shopping. Went and visited
Aw.
my mom.
I bet your mom loved that.
She has absolutely no money though, is the funniest part. So it's like, oh, it's no fun to have freedom and no money.
Yeah, you can go all the places and have nothing to do. Congrats.
But it's funny. But I watched her all the way home, last night. And then she was going like 89. I was like, why are you going 89? But she said a guy was on her bumper and she got scared and I don't know. So
Be
but
careful out there, girlfriend.
I truly believe parallel parkers are psychotic.
Thank
I
you,
agree.
Bill.
Very possible.
Thank you.
Agree. It is
Right?
not
That's
in
not
my
for us.
Yes,
repertoire.
Mel,
That's not for us.
I will also park a mile away before
Mhm.
I parallel park. Like in Ann Arbor and stuff, I'm not doing it.
No, absolutely not.
Especially because I'm parking and like doing the 8 thing, you know what I mean? And then people are just lining up behind me,
Mm-mm.
which is exactly what happened. But it was like stoner weekend or something. So I figure
It
everyone
was
should be
hash
more
bash in
chill.
Ann
Everyone
Arbor.
should be more chill.
We were in Ann Arbor. We got out of the car. We're like, oh, this makes more sense.
It
why
smells
it's so
funny out
busy.
here. Why does it
It
smell
was
like
so
that?
busy.
Everybody
So
just walking
busy.
on the streets with a doob in their hand. Did
Yeah.
I say that without getting?
I don't know.
I said
Probably
doob.
not.
I didn't say. Anything else?
Ann Arbor's fun, but yeah, it was a little.
Ann Arbor's
it was
got
a
really
little
good food,
chaotic.
but yeah, for sure chaotic.
But then my husband videoed her parking, and she did perfect.
Good.
Yeah.
So
Which we actually went to Ann Arbor for a gymnastics for the
Mhm.
gymnastics competition.
Yeah.
For MSU in Michigan. First of all, tickets are $12
Wow.
for that, which is so cheap.
compared to
When you- My daughter's competitions are like $25 a person.
Wow.
cash only.
Wow.
Per
Like if
person.
you have that's 50,
And I
75
can go to a
bucks.
college meet for $12.
Right.
Yeah, that
Insane.
seems
And it
crazy.
was
Isn't that crazy?
actually really cool to watch.
What's crazy about that is that you're paying travel sport fees already,
Oh, yeah.
and then you have to pay the entry fees into the competition,
Yeah.
and then the attendance fees for the family.
Well, and it's like they give them a leotard or a blanket.
No,
or
they
a
don't give them
medal.
to them, my
Well,
love.
we
You pay for them.
Well, we
Yeah.
pay for them. That's what I'm saying.
Nothing's free.
I'd rather them just cut the fee and not
Yeah.
do all the extras.
Yeah.
Oh, I see.
From the
No.
travel baseball
they do
life.
that.
Yeah, very.
I know. I just got a dance thing. We have to
How many
pay for
medals
this
do you
gala.
need?
It was like
Right.
$22,
Oh no.
and I have to volunteer at the gala to like clean up afterwards. And I'm
Yeah.
like, so I'm cleaning up.
Mhm.
Yeah, Facebook does like auto captions now, and then Jessica goes back in after, and on YouTube she fixes them all.
Because
Bless her heart.
Well, it probably is like Dubai Bling then. To be fair.
No, except nobody's fixing their captions.
Yeah, they are hilarious. I mean, it's good for a laugh. I'm gonna say just
Mhm.
read with the captions on. It's hilarious.
I was like, I had to restart Summer House now with all the drama that's happening.
Oh, I haven't seen that.
I was actually only 2 episodes behind, so it wasn't that big of a
I haven't
deal.
seen it in a couple of years because I just lose track of it.
I lost track for a while, but I think about a year ago I got caught up, and then with all the
Are you
drama, I was like,
tired? All that
tired.
sugar that you
I've never
got?
heard of Summer House.
Yes.
well, Kyle and Amanda are getting divorced.
Yeah, I
which
knew that. But
not
thank goodness.
shocking.
Thank goodness. He
Oh my
was
gosh.
awful.
Horrible.
Yeah.
How much of it do you think is real, and how much of it is for like scripted for like?
I think
views.
a fair bit of Summer House.
It's probably pretty
Right.
scripted.
Like
I
the
mean, I
parties
think all of them
and
are
stuff
pretty
are pretty
scripted.
scripted, but
Yeah, because
But
like
I
he's
think
the
they
villain.
put him. I
you
think
know?
they put no. He's
he's yeah.
just not a nice guy
Mm.
for sure.
Oh, yeah, dance is very expensive.
Insane.
Also.
Yes.
And my son did travel baseball, and
And-
yes,
And right now they're having a point shoe shortage when everybody is like into recital. I guess one of the major manufacturers had their shipment from Russia. It was all sewn wrong or something.
Oh, no.
So right now trying to find, I ordered 5 pair from somewhere. They canceled all of them. I've got another order out there. Our person we usually go to is supposed to have 2 on order. None of them have come in.
wow,
So my daughter's
time to
freaking
hit
out.
up Timu, I guess.
I mean, or just
Temu
wear a
point
broken
shoes.
pair. I mean, it is what it is.
Yeah, that's wild.
Yeah. Her, she gets yelled at often for that.
Mm.
Yeah.
Yeah, any of those competitor sports, dance, baseball, any of that, it's just so much. I wish I had took that money and put it into college fund over.
I don't know.
I don't know. It's a pretty
Mm.
cool experience. And I think
It
it
is.
teaches a lot of resiliency, how
Yeah,
to win, how to lose, how effort
Yes.
pays off.
yeah.
I think sports have definitely a lot of lessons to them.
They
It's
do.
just tough because if you want them to like be even a little bit competitive, you basically have to be in like
Yep.
a competitive league or a travel league.
Yeah,
Because the rec leagues now are like a joke.
yeah. And to be fair, my son does play college baseball now, right?
But it is kind of funny because you spend all that money and like your ultimate wish, right, is to be a D3 school.
right. That, by the way, if you didn't know,
doesn't get an academic, that doesn't get a scholarship.
did no athletic scholarships in D3 baseball per NCAA rules. So yeah, that's a bummer.
So it is just kind of,
Yeah.
it is definitely a double.
Yeah.
Well, did you see they're opening up high school to the like they can get high schoolers can get paid now?
Oh my God.
Oh, I didn't see
NIL
that.
for high
Yes,
school.
For high school.
That's bizarre.
Bizarre. I think it's such
That's
a bad
pretty
precedent.
crazy.
But okay,
Especially
so
with the academic part
Well, because
of it
schools are
too.
going to be buying kids.
so when my son was in high school, Orchard Lake St. Mary, right, is the private school that my nephew goes to now. Private school, they recruit all over the state for their teams.
Yeah.
They basically stack their teams, and they're unbeatable in almost every sport. At least they
Yeah.
were. I don't know if they still are.
Sure.
What
And,
division are they?
Well, they're high school, but they're Catholic, so
No,
they're in
but
the
are they-
Catholic League.
So they're D3 or D4?
Honestly, I don't really know, but they beat everybody in the state.
Yeah, but that's in their division.
Right.
So I'm saying,
But they're
D4 school, who cares?
We played them, so I think they must be D1 because Flushing is D1. But we don't normally play them. We only played them because we had some connection or something. 12 of their seniors, the year my son played them, they all went on to D1 schools, and at least 2 or 3 of them went pretty high up in the draft last year, in the MLB draft.
That's
so
crazy. I know there
yeah.
is like those feeder schools for like hockey and football, and
Mhm.
there's crazy stuff.
Then there's the schools after you graduate that will train you further, and you're not actually going to college. You're just going to like training school that you pay for like you're going to college,
Interesting.
and the hopes that you get a D1 school. Yeah, they're called like Next Level and some
I've
of the
heard
other
of some of
teams.
them.
Yeah.
I just wonder what the success rate is on any of that.
Yeah, because like there's no guarantees, right?
Right.
Well, the one that we were watching, it was really interesting. It was all athletes. So you could be like tennis, hockey, whatever. But it wasn't just like the sport that you played. Like they had to do all these like mental games and like these crazy like puzzle things.
Probably
Yeah.
decision making,
Yeah.
reflex.
Yeah. They were super good at it too.
There's
It was
just
very
a
interesting.
lot of money, and then a lot of like to be had or made or spent through all of those.
Yeah.
And what it drives you crazy is that all of these, like we call them money grab teams, right? They're all like, well, we promised to put your kid in college.
Well, and
or
the
we
thing is, if
promised
your
this."
kid is not a physical size,
Mhm.
probably they're not going to.
Right.
I mean,
That's true.
probably there are exceptions to
Outliers,
everything,
sure.
but
There's
it
a
is
very
tough.
good, I can't think of his name right now, but there's a shortstop in the MLB who's 5'7" and he's phenomenal at everything.
Yeah,
but
but
that's
that's
pretty rare.
different. Yeah, that's.
Yeah.
I mean, for more football, there are some, but for
Yeah.
key positions, I know. Houston. What was he? 5'8" and
Yes.
130 pounds.
Yeah,
Mhm.
and
Yeah.
Angelica, and golf for girls is a pretty easy.
yes.
Golf and
Yeah.
actually gymnastics,
Yeah.
I think, are pretty easy scholarships because a lot of people don't make it.
Angelica,
far.
when are we getting our best friend tattoos? I've been threatening her with this every time I see her. We're getting BFF tattoos.
With plants around them.
Yes. We're going to start illegally sending plants to each other in the mail, we've decided.
Illegally.
Well,
Can
I don't
you
know if
not
it's-
sell
Well,
plants?
so Angelica, guys, is in Texas, right? Hope that's okay. I said that, girl. Love you. And every time I see her, we talk about plants. And we were just in Jamaica, and she's like, I thought about bringing the plants. I'm like, ugh, I'd have something to explain to get back into the country with
Yeah.
these plants, you
Yeah,
know?
bring plants.
Yeah, don't bring plants on a company trip.
I just saw somebody got seized. They were coming back from Thailand, and they had a bunch of like fruits and vegetables in their suitcase.
Oh, yeah, you can't
And
do
then you
that.
hear about all the time like people bringing meat back and all kinds of
Ew,
stuff.
Could you
that-
imagine having meat in your suitcase?
No, but my kids
Absolutely
tried to
not.
bring a starfish back with them.
No,
What?
we did not. We were not going to bring it home.
You had it in the closet.
We were just storing it.
Okay. What were you storing it in?
It was just our pet, an ice,
just
the ice bin.
the ice bucket.
Okay. In water?
Yeah.
Okay.
And we found it in the closet.
Wow.
And I'm like, what are you guys? This is a living creature.
Did you leave it there? Did
We
the
were
maid
like,
find
no,
no,
it?
Dad
Kevin
went and put it in
went
the
and
ocean. We were like
released it.
12. We didn't.
Okay.
Well,
know.
one other time, I can't remember what show it was, but they raised something in eggs. And so I was putting my kids' clothes away, and they'd gone and put like eggs from the fridge in their clothes drawer and thought that they were going to hatch.
There's a movie that it's got the
Yes.
dog in it, and
Yes.
they did that. They put eggs in their clothes drawers, and then they got
So
like,
they
ducks
put
or something.
eggs from the refrigerator in their.
I will say, if you get quail eggs from the store and you incubate them, like 90% of them hatch. Just
Okay.
FYI,
Okay.
in
Go.
case you were wondering.
That's really
Yeah,
interesting.
so be warned, whatever that movie is.
I was searching for eggs.
Well, you know,
Was that-
Dallas and I were
what
watching
movie was
videos the
that?
other
Was
day
it like
of
Homeward Bound or something.
Something. I don't know.
Dallas and I were watching shows or videos of people who hibernate their turtles.
Yeah, so you dig the holes for
Yeah.
them and you throw your turtles in them.
But then our other video said, don't do this. This is really bad. But this one family, like every year, they dig a hole,
yeah,
put the turtle in, and in the spring they dig them back
Like
up.
their pet turtles?
Yes.
What if the turtle freezes to death?
They don't.
Apparently the hole is deep enough where they don't,
'Cause
but like that's what they
turtles do that to themselves.
Yes.
They'll dig themselves holes for the winter and hibernate.
Yeah. So then Dallas and I were watching these videos the other day and was like, oh, I don't know. I don't think, don't tell your mom. I don't think we're supposed to do that.
And don't do this with any other animals.
Yeah. Right. We had to talk about
First of
that. But then it led to another video that was like, they were in Minnesota, and they were talking about how turtles hibernate under the ice, and they walked out onto the lake, and all the turtles were underneath the ice. And that led to the fact that turtles actually breathe through their butts. And
Of course.
Dallas and I were like blown away.
Dallas is 7,
by the
yeah.
way. Yeah.
So
He's my
he probably
buddy.
thinks this is the funniest thing ever. They come to work and they just disappear. Like I'll find him in Jenny's office or Patti or Branson.
Mm-hmm. We
won't
learn
see him
a
for
lot,
hours.
honestly. Like, honestly, you could take it like it was a science lesson that day because we both learned.
A
And
salesman.
is it true? Do we know
Yes,
if it's
it
true?
is true.
Mhm.
A salesman's super into the
Alright.
National Geographic documentaries
Oh,
lately.
yeah.
Are
So
you
we've been
gonna
watching a
chew
lot
my
of those.
zipper?
Okay, most says not all turtles do that. And they did say in some of the other videos, like, don't do this. And I was like, let's just be clear. I'm not a
Well,
reptile
don't do
owner.
this.
I'm never going to dig a hole for a turtle. I'm just never going to do that.
Well,
I'm never
let's
going to own a
just
turtle.
not do this.
Yeah.
Let's just not. We're not advocating this. Do not do this without
Do not dig holes
without
for your turtles.
with a turtle specialist on hand, and do not put eggs in your drawers. It does not work.
whale eggs.
No
might.
starfish. They need to be left in the ocean. We need to leave creatures in their habitats,
Amen. I'm okay with that.
and
Yeah.
we're good.
Yeah. I think that's
We
that's your life lesson for today.
every year we get hundreds of turtles that lay eggs in our yard.
Mhm.
It's so fun to
Yeah,
watch.
Dallas was actually, we were going through pictures to see what kinds you guys have, and we think you guys get red stripers or something like that.
They're boxed. It's
Oh,
like
okay.
painted
We made up a
box
whole different
turtles.
kind that you
No.
get.
We
They're-
have a lot of turtles and little teeny tiny frogs that will be in our pool.
Mhm.
They're so
We
cute.
don't have the
Mm.
frogs.
They're tiny. They're like an inch.
Y'all better
They're
stay off my
teeny
property.
tiny.
We have
No.
the big
the turtles
pond
are
in
so
the back,
cute.
so they come up and lay their eggs.
Mhm.
And then we end up having to try to put like buckets and stuff over all of them because we're trying to save
Mhm.
them from other animals
Mhm.
getting all their eggs. But then one like decided to lay their eggs right under the pool ladder, which was just a terrible.
And in your
spot.
driveway.
Oh,
Haven't they
they
done
lay
it in
them
your
in the
driveway all the time?
driveway.
Mm-mm.
So
Yeah.
we're always trying to put cones and buckets, and so we don't.
Trying to save
Just
them.
Okay,
Stir
wait,
them.
though. Can we talk about iguana tacos for a second?
What?
Have you guys heard about the iguana tacos people are making in Florida?
Oh, from all the invasive iguanas.
So they said that, like, when it was
the
freezing,
person that died?
I haven't
no,
seen
she ate a
that.
crab.
But like 2 weeks ago,
yeah,
right?
I saw
Or
that.
when we were in Jamaica, so the last week of January, when everything was freezing, they said that it got so cold in Florida that these iguanas just drop out of
Yeah.
the trees.
But they're invasive.
They're invasive, and they're really, so when you said, like, that's what reminded me of them, because they said they burrow under and they like ruin like the infrastructure, and so they actually do want people to
I
hunt
see
them.
you.
So this
I
guy did this whole video about making tacos from iguanas, and then you guys, this
Bill
is
said
so
to feed
ratchet.
them.
He
Oh,
took
did
he took the iguana and there was eggs inside of it. He made a sauce out of the eggs from the mom.
No.
And then he cooked the mom, made the iguanas, and then put the sauce from the babies
Yeah, let's
over
not
the
talk
top.
about this. That's
No.
They always tell me about things I'm not supposed to talk about.
That's so
We
There
good.
have
should be a
sea
list.
turtles that get stranded
Yeah.
around here and need to be rescued from the
Oh.
cold.
Yeah,
Oh, that's so
sad.
sad. We went when we were in
Mhm.
Hawaii. We saw all the sea turtles
It
come
could
up.
be a
It was
snack.
so cute.
Mhm.
I loved it.
Thank
Yes,
you.
things we can on here, right, Jennifer?
I like how he always
Just
pretends
look up
like
iguana
he's
tacos,
just trying
Jennifer.
to like
Just
be
look 'em
nice
up.
and lick, but he actually is just biting.
He can't stand it. He like licks like three or
Like,
four
and
times,
then
and
he
then
takes
he's
like a
like,
good little bite, and it's not a nice bite; it's like a real bite.
and then he like licks again.
Yeah, like oh, I didn't.
He
do
just
that.
can't stand it. He just licked her, he bit
Look, there
my
he goes.
zipper,
He just-
but then he flipped it up so I get away from
They
him.
did call him chicken of the trees.
Oh gosh, chicken of the trees.
Oh, Florida has
that's
those
horrible.
toxic frogs too, right?
Oh, yeah.
Because when we were staying with Grandma and Grandpa, they were people. My kids started freaking out because they saw flashlights outside, and they ran out of their bedroom like, "Mom!" turns out it's just the frog hunting people. They have these super toxic frogs that they
So
have to
they're-
hunt.
Oh, like they do the alligators too. They got their alligator hunt. Like I love. I think these older people have to make up stuff to do, which I love.
Yeah.
So like go hunting frogs, hunting the alligators.
Okay, but like let's go
Yeah.
back to like the things in Florida that get hunted because like there's a whole thing about like hunting like the invasive boa constrictors and anacondas and stuff.
Yeah, you
Have
should
seen
not
live-
the
you should not
yoink
live there.
guy
Florida's not
who
for
goes
me.
through and he hunts the boa constrictors, but he'll just be like yoink and he like picks all
Yeah,
these creatures
You
up.
guys,
It's
no.
crazy.
And then there's like contests for like who got like the longest one, and then you get I don't know. There was a TV show, it's a really good TV show that they just had 2 seasons of it, and it started out with like the guy was broke and needed to make money, and so he started like snake hunting
Yeah.
and like with no experience at
Oh my
all.
gosh.
So it's a hilarious
And they
show.
have
I wish I could remember what it was
dangerous
called.
snakes there.
Right?
Snakes can be. My brother has done everything. So my brother did raise snakes because I guess they can sell for quite a bit.
Oh,
So he's
really?
I
A
mean,
breeder?
if you're like, what weird thing? Like we had a pigeon on our porch, and I called my brother, and my brother's like, "Oh yeah, I raise pigeons." Like what? Just
I knew he raised pigeons.
raised
Like, why?
goats, pigeons,
No. Why?
just everything.
Why?
Just because
Yeah.
he would win those shows where it's like, here's a cup and you trade it. He'd end up with like a
the
4-wheel
trade-up
drive
people.
vehicle
Yeah.
at
Oh,
the
yeah.
end.
Somebody
Are
just
you
did that where
eating
they started with something and they ended up with a
Just a
house.
little
I
bit.
just saw that.
Are you
That was
just
cool.
nibbling on me?
Sure
Are you
is.
nibbling?
Yeah. Nope. Snakes. Absolutely not. Not doing it. Not living in. I can't live there. That's why I can't.
Yeah, you should.
I can't do that.
There's too
No.
much.
Well, Brett was just saying this morning when they were in Jamaica, they were walking around and somebody was talking about the anaconda problem they have there. I don't know if that's true, but one of the locals told them that, and I
That's
said, "Well,
crazy.
luckily I didn't see any when I was there. I burned the whole place down."
Yep. Oh yes.
It's a hard no for me.
So nice.
Okay.
I know.
Any-
So President's
Yeah, I was
Day
gonna say
sale
anything.
is going on, and we still have some of the 2.5s left. There's not a ton, but
That's-
if you
that's
want some of the
I mean,
retired
right here.
flavors in 2.5s, I would grab those
Mhm.
quickly.
Yes.
Um,
The code is brew, I think.
the code is brew. Yep, that's
For
on
20%.
coffeebeanery.com. If you're watching on TikTok, you can shop either in the TikTok shop, but there won't be any codes there because
Mhm.
TikTok is fun.
I know.
Yeah.
I want to eat my hair too.
Okay. I think that's all that's really going
Yeah.
on. Next week, we're going to be trying the New York themed
Mhm.
flavors.
They just started
You
coming
should be
out.
getting your boxes shortly. With President's Day, everything's a little bit delayed.
Yes,
but
and there are spoilers on our Instagram, so don't check that out if you haven't gotten your box yet.
or do.
Yeah, or do if you want to know. It's very highly rated so far, so I hope you like
Yeah.
this box.
So thank you guys for joining us,
Yes.
and we will see you next week.
Bye.
Bye.